Hey everybody, this is Dr. Tom Carr, aka Dr. Stocks. Welcome to another edition of Market Talks with Dr. Stocks. Hey, I just wanted to introduce you to a couple of new things before we look at our free pick for this week. I also want to run by a few comments on the S&P 500, where we're at now. Very interesting historical time for the S&P 500. I want to give you some of my thoughts on where it's going. But I wanted to introduce you first of all to our new options letter that we just launched a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to be upgrading this very shortly. Come about Friday next week, you should have access to some really cool upgrades I'm going to show you in just a minute. You can sign up now, $49 a month or $119 per quarter on our subscribe page, and you'll have full access to the letter from that point. But starting about Friday next week, if not the following Monday, we're going to shift over to a site called MarketFi for the content of this letter. And everyone who signs up and all you current subscribers will have full access to this. I'll send you your login information. This is a really cool site. It's a new site that is put out by the Benzing Corporation. And they have a very nice format here for a nice platform for the dissemination of our trading picks. You're going to see an activity feed where live picks are sent out to you. You'll get alerts in real time by email or through your text on your phone. There's also a blog that I'll keep updated regularly. And in fact, we had a nice call here on GDX a couple of weeks ago. Told you to buy it around $17.50, and it topped out over $20 a couple of days ago. And we have some video updates that we'll be posting there, and you'll see our portfolio of open trades. All of these are option trades, of course, in the Dr. Stocks options letter. And we just started putting these on in real time, so we're still at a sort of a new point, but we're up about almost $5,800 now on a $100,000 account in our portfolio. You'll see closed trade history, you'll see performance details, and then I also am updating a resource page. So all of that is some really cool stuff that MarketFi is going to help me with, and you'll have full access to this new platform hopefully starting Friday of next week. We just have to get a few more details in place first. So let's take a quick look then at the S&P 500 before we turn it over to our new pick of the week. We are in a strong uptrend here after having set this very deep cut low, almost a double bottom low if we put a support line underneath the previous low back in April. If we put in our resistance trend line, which would look something like that, which would get us most of those highs, then we would see that we still have a little bit of upside room left before we tag it, but we don't have a whole lot of room left. We're much closer to it than we were a few weeks back. So the trading on the long side here is increasingly problematic because of the risk that it carries. In general, this is a sustainable trend, but this response off the lows here is completely unsustainable. That is nowhere near the 45-degree angle that you like to see in a sustainable trend, as you see over the tops of the highs here. That's a nice 45-degree angle, very clear sustainable trend, and I suspect we will press up to touch that resistance line and pull back to somewhere near the 20-period moving average, maybe even down to the 50-period moving average over the next few weeks. But we do have a very favorable seasonal period ahead of us here as we head into the Christmas break, and that usually means a pretty healthy bid under the market. But let me show you a long pick that I like. The biotech industry has been really on fire this year, and there have been a number of really great names showing up in that sector, and this is one of them. Aechelon Pharmaceuticals is up over 400% this year. Its fundamentals are nothing to write home about, as most biotechs, have serious problems in their revenue stream. This is all about hope and promise going forward. But you can see that the promise of new products coming online and getting FDA approval is very strong here. And analysts have been raising earning estimates for this company very steadily over the past year to keep track of what the company's doing. It also has a nice looking uptrend that's developed here, fairly shallow looking uptrend that has some good room to run. And it's also in the last 4 or 5 sessions here has been pulling back just slightly off a nice ramp from about 10 to nearly 15. That's a 50% move off those trend lows in 3 days, and it's recovering a little bit from that, and we're getting a nice little Fibonacci retrace here back to the 20-period moving average. I like to buy this if it tags the 20-period moving average, say somewhere around 1250, but I also would buy it on a breakout above today's high, which is 1359. So all that is to say we have some great new stuff coming online, and here's a new trade you can think about for the next week or two. God bless everybody, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks. Bye.